Now on Coast TV News.
Very warm conditions the next couple of days with very hot temperatures Friday and especially into the weekend. I'll track the heat on Futurecast and tell you how long the sweltering temperatures stick around coming up.
Beach trip after illegal migrant action. This was the scene just hours ago near Rehoboth Beach. The president now along our coast. We have that and reaction to his executive order on those who cross the border illegally.
School safety measures in Seaford. We're talking what students and staff will see there at the start of next school year.
Celebrating Juneteenth, the events taking place at national parks and those planned for here on Delmarva.
This is Coast TV News Today.
It is Wednesday, June 19th, 2024. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Paige Marley. Thanks for being up with us during our 5 o'clock hour.
A number of people, they might not have to go to work today in honor of the newest federal holiday, Juneteenth.
That's right. I know a couple coworkers who will not be here today because of the holiday.
And a great day they're going to have to be off and do some fun stuff.
Definitely. And I believe there's some events going on across Delmarva, too. I think we'll get to that in just a little bit. Yeah, but first, we'll bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahy because, Bob, you said just a few minutes ago, not hot yet, still very warm.
Yeah, not hot just yet, but the heat wave will kick in late week into the weekend. And right now, it's comfortable out there on this Wednesday morning. 62 in Delmar, 63 in Georgetown, 70 in Indian River Inlet. Rehoboth 67, Redden right now 63. Winds are calm for the most part. If they are blowing, they're coming out of the south, and we're looking at mostly clear skies right now. Just a few clouds, and do watch out for areas of patchy fog. There are a couple of spots that could be limited visibility, but nothing widespread as we have high pressure at the surface and aloft, and that means warm temperatures today. So Futurecast this morning, watch out for the fog that quickly burns off to sun and clouds, temperatures in the 70s and then 80s once again, mid to upper 80s from Long Neck back through Delmar and Seaford later on, but 70s along the coast, and then the sea breeze could start to cool everybody down a little bit by this evening, but make sure you have the sunglasses and the sunscreen for today. It's a warm day, and then it transitions to hot and very hot with time. I'll talk about the heat wave coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Bob. We have some troubling video to show you here. This is the aftermath of a three-car crash that claimed one life and left several others injured. This is in Texas. You can see the damage to those cars right there on your screen, and authorities with the Texas Department of Public Safety say that a Chevrolet Camaro drove on the wrong side of the highway and crashed into a Toyota Highlander and a Honda Accord. All lanes of that highway were shut down until that accident was cleared. 6 people were injured and taken to various hospitals.
A new budget has a stamp of approval from Sussex Council. It's for the 2025 fiscal year, which begins July 1st. The council voted to approve the proposed $265.8 million budget. Property taxes remain unchanged, but annual sewer fees will increase by $10 with an additional $15 for unmetered water. The budget will include $52.5 million for wastewater infrastructure and over $6 million to preserve open space and farmland. That's not all, though, but we do have an in-depth budget breakdown on CoastTV.com.
Seaford School District is investing further in school safety. The district says it's buying 4 more weapons detection systems. So that means starting next school year, 4 of these systems will be used every day at Seaford High School. 2 systems will be used as needed at the other schools in the district. District says moving forward, get this here, students in grades 6 through 12 will be required to use clear backpacks, shoulder bags, or drawstring bags.
This morning, Delaware State Police will continue to investigate a water rescue that left 1 man dead. According to police, it was Monday night. A 57-year-old man from East Prospect, Pennsylvania, swam out from a spot off Camp Arrowhead Road to check on crab pots. A person on a nearby boat saw that man becoming distressed. They jumped in the water and swam him to shore. Rescue crews attempted life-saving efforts, but police say that man was pronounced dead at the scene. Detectives are continuing to investigate this.
4 bills are heading to Governor John Carney's desk after being passed by the Delaware Senate. House Bill 374 deals with access to assistive reproductive health treatments like in vitro fertilization. House Bill 345 increases access to doula services. These deals with support of expectant mothers and services after childbirth. House Bill 274 requires all health insurance plans to cover the cost of peanut and egg allergen supplements. And then there's House Bill 313. This codifies the annual or biannual mammograms for female prison inmates.
President Biden and the First Lady are now on our coast, and you can see on your screen there they landed just after 11 p.m. at Gordon's Pond. The two of them will stay at their North Shores home until tomorrow. The FAA is putting in a temporary flight restriction until 9 o'clock Thursday.
Biden unveiled a new executive action that prevents approximately 500,000 immigrants from being deported. This deals with spouses or children who may be non-citizens. And here locally, the nonprofit La Esperanza, who has helped immigrants for nearly 30 years, claims this is a big deal. The co-executive director says executive orders can be fickle and hopes that eventually there is a more permanent solution.
I think if someone wants to see, I guess, real change, and if someone says we should go through the regular means, then we really have to have a frank and an honest conversation of what does that actually look like.
However, Garcia says this is a step towards helping families whose parents have different immigration statuses.
And this brings us now to our CoastTV poll. We're asking, do you support Biden's action shielding 500,000 immigrant spouses from deportation?
Yeah, pretty even split here, Paige.
Yeah.
49% voting yes, just slightly more on the no end of this question. So if you haven't voted yet, you can still do so at coasttv.com or the mobile app. That executive order, it's drawing plenty of criticism with claims it will encourage more illegal migrants to enter the country. This after we've seen recent incidents of violent crimes committed by those who are in the U.S. illegally.
Now, Republicans are pushing back, calling the move a mass amnesty program and an election year stunt. NBC's Alice Barr shows us how people and U.S. officials are reacting.
Immigration once again front and center as President Biden announced a new executive action preventing deportation of roughly 500,000 undocumented migrants who are married to U.S. citizens.
These couples have been raising families, sending their kids to church and school, paying taxes.
The order offers a pathway to citizenship for already married spouses who've been in the U.S. for at least 10 years, like Javier Quiroz Castro with a wife and 2 children.
All of whom are U.S. citizens and who are counting on me.
Until now, those who crossed the border illegally had to leave the country to apply for a green card, waiting years with no guarantee of re-entry.
There's going to be American children tonight going to bed, laying their head on that pillow, knowing that they are free of anxiety because their mom will not be deported.
Republicans slamming the plan as an unconstitutional mass amnesty, with former President Trump promising to reverse it if elected.
Joe Biden's illegal amnesty plan will be ripped up and thrown out on the very first day that we're back in office.
Facing a serious political problem on immigration, President Biden pointing to his recent executive action restricting asylum claims.
I did what Republicans in Congress refused to do. I took action to secure our border.
Homeland Security officials say illegal border crossings have since dropped from roughly 4,000 to 2,100 a day. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
After a couple of tense hours, a police standoff outside of a Salisbury home was safely resolved. The Wicomico County Sheriff tells us the barricade situation on Cedar Crossing in Salisbury began around 4 a.m. Tuesday. They say this all began when a woman was found suffering from a knife wound to the head. Now, from our Coast Copter, we saw deputies seen breaching the door, throwing something inside. At one point, a person inside the home was seen cutting through a window screen with a knife and waving it around. Deputies also threw tear gas. After several hours of negotiating, the sheriff says that things were safely resolved. This wasn't until 2 p.m., and they say that suspect was taken to the hospital with self-inflicted knife wounds following that barricade situation.
A virtual watchtower is helping Bethany Beach Patrol keep people safe on the sand and in the surf. The lifeguards will use the webpage Safe Beach Every Day, we just got a glimpse of it there, to show where their stands are located and to offer surf conditions, storm activity, and any safety concerns. The data comes from Watchtower and sources like the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration.
Congresswoman Lisa Blunt-Rochester is officially running for U.S. Senate. Tuesday marked 1 year of her campaign for the Senate, and outside of the Delaware Department of Elections, the Congresswoman reflected on the 4 terms she's come to serve already and her intentions for the future.
My hope in this campaign is to bring bright hope, to have us work together, to have us love each other, even the people you don't like, and do it for the betterment of all of us, all of our families. And so I'm really excited about this run.
And at this moment in time, Blunt-Rochester will be running for the Senate seat against Republican Eric Hansen.
Happening today, the celebration of Juneteenth. The YMCA of Delaware is taking an active role. Juneteenth honors the ending of slavery in Texas in 1865. That officially put an end to slavery everywhere in the U.S. The YMCA of Delaware is holding celebrations at several locations. Today, all branches will be open to the community for free.
And sticking with the Juneteenth talk, the National Park Service waiving entry fees at all national parks today. That includes all the national parks here on Delmarva. However, don't get burned on this one. While entry will be free, fees will remain in effect for parking and activities like camping and fishing. Also, parks operated in partnership with outside parties may also charge other fees. The world is shaken today after the news that Willie Mays, one of the baseball's greatest and most beloved players of all time, has passed away. Mays played for 22 big league seasons, breaking in with the New York Giants in 1951, then becoming a fixture in San Francisco. In 1979, he was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Mays was also awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom. That's what you see there in 2015. We're going to have more on his legendary life later on CoastTV News Today.
Moving on in sports, there's still more hockey left in the 2024 season. For the second game in a row, the Oilers deny the Panthers the chance to skate the Cup. Edmonton's 5-3 win on Tuesday night means there will be a Game 6. That will be all the way back in Alberta on Friday night, and we'll have more on Game 5 later on CoastTV News Today.
Right now, though, we're just getting started in this hour of CoastTV News Today.
Coming up, Joy on Juneteenth. We'll tell you why this holiday means so much to one woman and how she helped make it a nationally recognized holiday.
And a heat wave on its way to Delmarva, why it's important you don't forget about your pets during the dangerous temperatures.
TikTok legal troubles. Will tell you about the latest issue facing the social media company amid its ongoing battle involving its parent company. All that and more as CoastTV News Today continues.
On Coast Life, we get ready for the Pit Crew Summer Showcase, a fun-filled day with touch-a-truck, bouncy houses, mouth-watering barbecue, and more. Plus, highlights from the Swan Songbook signing event. Today at 4 on Coast TV.
Your wallet is always in danger. Criminals can hack your information without you even knowing. Introducing Slim Mint, an ultra-thin RFID blocking wallet that keeps your cards and cash protected. Slim Mint uses the latest RFID blocking technology to prevent thieves from stealing your info. It's ergonomically designed to optimize space and keep your belongings organized. With the auto-locking Slim Mint, your cards and money stay securely in place. It has a built-in cash clip and a flexible outer band to fit your additional cards and cash. Call or click now and get Slim Mint for just $29.99. Order in the next 5 minutes and you'll get an instant $10 discount. So it's only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get Slim Mint at this low price. There's a strict limit of 3 Slim Mint wallets while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-613-4296. Call or visit slimmintwallet.com. So call 1-800-613-4296 now.
Draper Media, an equal opportunity employer, is dedicated to provide broad outreach regarding job vacancies at the station. We seek the help of local organizations in referring qualified applicants to our station. Organizations that wish to receive our vacancy information should email humanresources@wboc.com.
June 19th is Juneteenth, the federal holiday that marks the end of slavery in America and has been recognized by Black Americans for over 150 years. Join us as we honor freedom and independence for all.
Next Jeopardy! This super champion blazes toward a spot among the legends in a shocking game.
I'll go 10,000.
Wow.
Wednesday at 7:30 on Coast TV.
Just about 5:14 on our Wednesday morning. Beautiful start to the day on our Dover Cameron Bay Health Cam. Looking at some high clouds. Visibility is pretty good. Do watch out for some pockets of fog, but nothing too dense. 60s inland right now, 70 to Indian River Inlet. And we've got light winds coming out of the south with mostly clear skies. Just some high clouds floating through, and that'll be the case really much of the day as high pressure, warm high pressure still in charge. That means another toasty day on the golf course and on the golf cart. Make sure you pack plenty of water to stay cool and find a shady spot at times. Sun and clouds quite warm and 86.
Oh man, there's some great miniature golf courses in the area that could use putting like that. Moving on, Lewis and Deldot are nearing the final leg of the bike plan. This seeks to encourage walking and bicycling for fun, errands, and commuting. Officials also have a goal of safe and well-designed walkways and bikeways. You can view the plan on DelDOT's website and submit any comments you may have on the draft plan by June 28th. Now, on this same note, Lewis Bicycle and Pedestrian Advisory Committee, they'll be getting together next week to talk about a couple of different topics on biking. One is about possible action regarding where bike racks could be placed at George H.P. Smith Park. Officials are also looking to the idea of creating a bike infrastructure subcommittee. All this is going to be talked about on June 25th. Finding parking when you're visiting the beach, we know it can be tricky. This Friday, Bethany's Beach Town Council will be looking into possibly installing a seasonal overflow parking lot. Now, according to the town's agenda, officials will be discussing putting the lot on the Bethany Beach Christian Church property. If this is approved, the lot could be near the playground and basketball courts on North Pennsylvania Avenue.
The Federal Trade Commission has referred a complaint against TikTok and its parent company ByteDance to the Justice Department. The FTC says the complaint is for alleged violations of children's privacy. The company is also facing a legal challenge to a law that could ban TikTok from the U.S. unless it finds a new non-Chinese owner. TikTok did not return a request yet for comment. Netflix looking to expand its presence from the digital world to the real one. The streaming pioneer is opening massive entertainment venues in Dallas and in suburban Philadelphia. They'll be called Netflix Houses. Inside, visitors will find elaborate experiences, themed gift shops, and restaurants, all based on different Netflix content. Sounds pretty cool. Still ahead this morning, we're talking a heat wave on its way to Delmarva, how you can keep yourself, and not just yourself, your furry friends as well, safe during dangerous temperatures.
We're seeing a pleasant start to our Wednesday. Some cirrus clouds on our Spicer Brothers camp. A little bit of fog and haze, not a big deal. Another warm and humid day expected for Delmarva. Then hot Friday and then sizzling into the weekend. I'll track the heat on Futurecast coming up in just 2 minutes.
Intruders are more likely to target homes with dark zones. Take the bullseye off your house and turn on Bionic Spotlight Extreme 360, the motion-activated home defense light that looks just like a high-tech security camera. It detects even the slightest motion and automatically triggers 6 ultra-bright LED high beams. During the day, it's disguised as a high-tech security camera. It's completely wireless and installs in just seconds. Powered by solar panels, no batteries needed. It adjusts a full 360 degrees. Call or go online and order your Bionic Extreme 360 for just $19.99. But wait, we can also include a second one. Just pay a separate fee. Plus, we'll give you free shipping on your entire order.
To order, call 1-800-316-1548 or go online to buybionic360.com. So call 1-800-316-1548 or go to buybionic360.com.
Got a plumbing problem that can't wait? Then why would you? At FH Fur, we know how frustrating it is to be stuck waiting for help, which is why we offer same-day service guaranteed. Whether it's a leaky faucet, a clogged drain, a broken pipe, you name it, the expert plumbers at FH Fur are standing by and ready to get you out of hot water. Or maybe into some hot water, if that's your issue. Same-day service guaranteed, regardless of your plumbing predicament.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFur.com.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism. Somewhere to smile about.
Time is 5:19, and you are looking live at Dover. Boy, we got a great start there. Some great color on this Wednesday morning, a holiday morning for some on the final full day of spring, Bob.
Yes, a beautiful start to our Juneteenth for sure, Matt, and it looks like a gorgeous day, too, for any outdoor activities on this holiday. And our countdown to summer is on just one day left. This is the last full day of spring. Tomorrow, summer officially arrives just before 5 p.m. at 4:50, the longest day of the year. Those days are long, now getting light at 5 a.m. and getting dark pretty much at 9 p.m. We're warm the next couple of days with mid to upper 80s as summer arrives tomorrow. And then after that, the first full day of summer gets hot. 92 Friday, and then really hot, maybe dangerously hot into the weekend with mid-90s, 94 Saturday, 95 on Sunday. And wait till you see these feels like temperatures coming up. Temperatures now, not too bad. 70 Indian River Inlet, but 62 in Delmar and Salisbury. A little cooler there. Milton at 64. So maybe just a light jacket out the door as the winds are calm or light out of the south. I did notice a few pockets of fog driving in this morning, so watch out for that. Otherwise, just some high clouds, looking at a mostly sunny day with high pressure in charge once again. We've got this heat dome building back to our west, and that will be moving to the east. We've got a lot of clouds just to our west, so they'll be moving in, but nothing in the way of precipitation. That's well to our west. Here's Futurecast this morning in the 70s, and then we're in the low 80s later this morning. By 1 p.m., mid-80s, around 87 Salisbury, Millsboro 86, 70s at the coast, and still pretty warm around 3:30. But looks like we start to get a sea breeze going, so the 70s from the coast will start to cool us down inland a little bit. As we go through the overnight hours, we're into the 60s, low to mid-60s, and then as we move into your Thursday, it gets even warmer with 80s late morning and then mid to upper 80s into the afternoon. Tomorrow night's a little muggier, a little stickier, and then Friday, welcome to the 90s. We're looking at 90s inland areas, a little cooler at the beaches. Feels like temperatures will fast forward to Friday, feeling like low 90s inland areas, and then it gets worse until the weekend, feeling like 100 in a lot of cases from Salisbury to Millsboro and Seaford, and then Sunday could be bordering on dangerous with feels like temperatures 102 to 105 inland areas. That is very hot conditions, even feeling like 90s along the coast as we're muggy to humid the next few days, and then we start getting into the very humid range through the weekend into Monday. That's the time period that concerns us, so you want to beat the heat and be safe in the heat as well. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 80s the next couple of days, and then 92 Friday, mid-90s Saturday and Sunday, and then Monday I did put a chance in for rain and some storms. Let's hope that happens. It's very dry, 92, and then it does cool back to 88 by Tuesday. Our umbrella winner today is Hetty Galin from Frankfurt. Congratulations, Hetty. You have a brand new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
It's Bob, and we are awaiting that intense heat to arrive, and soon it could feel like 100 degrees. Could be dangerous to many, not just humans. Keeping yourself safe during the high temperatures is as important as keeping your pet safe. The SPCA says the number one thing to do for your dog is to keep them inside during a heat wave. The SPCA says if you still need to walk your dog, you should do it with certain precautions.
We don't need long walks this time of year. We definitely don't want our dogs touching the asphalt. If you do have to leash walk your dog because you don't have a fenced yard, you walk on the asphalt because you've got shoes on. Make sure your dog is on the grass part because the asphalt can actually burn their feet.
And on another note, the Brandywine Valley SPCA says adoption fees are reduced to $35 through the weekend for large adult dogs and cats.
There's a big difference between heat exhaustion now and heat stroke. So what we're going to show you is symptoms for both. Heat exhaustion means you feel faint or dizzy, you have excessive sweating, along with a rapid or weak pulse.
You think you're experiencing that? First responders say get to a cool air-conditioned place. We're going to move on right now. Up next, Joy on Juneteenth will tell you what one woman wants people to know after advocating for it to be a nationally recognized holiday. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
Life is all about choices.
And on Delmarva, we know you have a lot of country music stations to choose from.
Well, at Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3, we believe we do more of what you want.
And playing stuff that we love too, like Morgan Wallen.
Morgan Wallen?
Lainey Wilson.
Lainey Wilson.
Plus all the good stuff too, Reba, Brooks and Dunn, Garth, and all the classics in between.
So we're issuing the Coast Country Challenge.
Tune us in for a week and we're sure when you'll accept the challenge,
you'll feel Delmarva proud too.
We're Coast Country, and we're Delmarva proud.
Middays with April Brilliant. It's a feel-good show on your radio.
April is the easiest way to get through my workday.
She plays my favorite songs.
She helped me find my furry friend.
She's always making me smile.
Listening to April is the best way to get through my workday.
She makes me feel special.
Hey friends, hang out with me weekdays here on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3 each day from 10 to 3.
Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with my Bionic Blade, the new handheld blender that's rechargeable, so you can make a fast, healthy shake anywhere. It has the motor and blades built right into the lid, so blend a shake at the gym, make pina coladas by poolside, or grind coffee beans for an iced cold brew on the go.
Get the Bionic Blade for just $29.99 with free shipping. You'll also get 2 sipping lids, a second container, and the sports lid. Get it all for just $29.99. Order now.
The big issues: abortion, civil rights, healthcare. When Trump policies were attacking our rights, County Executive Matt Meyer fought back. Now Trump is promising a national abortion ban and huge cuts to healthcare coverage. Matt's healthcare plan will reduce costs, not coverage, by increasing competition on the exchange. And Matt's plan will protect women's access to abortion, always. So call Matt Meyer. Tell him you support his plans to protect Delaware values.
In our coastal communities, every wave has a tale. CoastTV brings these stories home, from the smallest shell in Ocean City to the lighthouse in Lewis. What happens here matters. Every moment, every detail is a chapter in our shared story. We're your neighbors, your friends, woven into the very sands of our community. Our stories are your stories, reflecting the heart and soul of our coastal life. CoastTV, our community, your news, where every story hits close to home.
Happening today, Dr. Opal Lee, also known as the grandmother of Juneteenth, will take her annual 2.5-mile walk. But her journey actually began some 85 years ago. Her parents moved the family from Marshall, Texas to Fort Worth into a home into a predominantly white neighborhood. On June 19, 1939, a crowd of 500 people gathered across the street from the Lee's home. Lee says her dad came home with a gun, and police told him if he fired it, they would let the mob after him.
Our parents sent us to friends several blocks away. They left under cover of darkness. Those people tore that place asunder. They drug the furniture out and burned it. They did despicable things. But our parents never, ever discussed it with us.
Dr. Lee says she wants people who hear her story to know people can be taught to hate, they can also be taught to love. And she went on to advocate for Juneteenth to become a federal holiday starting in 2016. Dr. Lee achieved her goal in 2021 when President Biden declared it a nationally recognized holiday.
We bring back First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahy. And Bob, looking at some of the temperatures you have there, we actually might get that Joe Nichols sunny and 75, at least along the beaches today.
Absolutely. Yeah, it looks like a great beach day, guys. But remember the water and the sunscreen and the sunglasses as well. Fenwick Island and Ocean City, I think you'll see some sun and clouds today. High clouds, mid-70s. Not seeing the 75. You'll surpass the 75 in Ocean City. Close to 80 in Fenwick Island. Just little itty-bitty waves, not great for surfing, 1 to 2 feet. Lewis, you're in the low 80s, and we're hoping a little cooler, upper 70s for you on the base side. Next 3 days for Cambridge, mid-80s today, upper 80s Thursday, 92 on Friday. That's when the heat really kicks in, and looking at 80s the next 3 days for Crisfield. I'll have much more on the heat wave headed our way for the end of the week into the weekend in just a couple of minutes.
Thank you. Also coming up after the break, Biden at the beach, the president and the first lady touched down in Rehoboth last night. We're going to tell you how long they plan to stay.
Seaford School Security, we have the new additions to the school district's efforts that will begin in the fall.
And Sussex County secures the budget. We're telling you what's included in the newly approved budget for the upcoming fiscal year. Coast TV News Today will be right back.
This summer, Lewis is your go-to destination for live music. Rocking the Docks brings you the best tunes, from soulful sounds to classic vibes. There's something for everyone. Plus, enjoy food trucks and explore our vendor market at every show. Don't miss out on beautiful sunsets and great tunes. And don't forget to bring the whole family. Kids 12 and under are free. Rocking the Docks, your summer soundtrack. Tickets on sale now at rockingthedockslewis.com.
Your wallet is always in danger. Criminals can hack your information without you even knowing. Introducing Slim Mint, an ultra-thin RFID blocking wallet that keeps your cards and cash protected. Slim Mint uses the latest RFID blocking technology to prevent thieves from stealing your info. It's ergonomically designed to optimize space and keep your belongings organized. With the auto-locking Slim Mint, your cards and money stay securely in place. It has a built-in cash clip and a flexible outer band to fit your additional cards and cash. Call or click now and get Slim Mint for just $29.99. Order in the next 5 minutes and you'll get an instant $10 discount. So it's only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get Slim Mint at this low price. There's a strict limit of 3 Slim Mint wallets while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-613-4296. Call or visit slimmintwallet.com. So call 1-800-613-4296 now.
Wake up smarter.
I've got the 5 things you need to know to start your day.
Take a trip down memory lane.
Remember in elementary school when you would make those boxes?
Find your next furry friend.
His name is Peppy, and he's a 12-year-old Chihuahua mix.
And discover your inner clumsy.
That's a sad sign that you're getting old when you just take a little tumble like that.
Make your mornings brilliant. Join April weekdays from 6 to 10 on 107.1 The Duck. Sponsored by Acme Ceramic Tile Company.
Now on Coast TV News.
Very warm conditions the next couple of days with very hot weather Friday and sizzling heat into the weekend. I'll track the heat on Futurecast and tell you how long the sweltering temperatures stick around coming up.
Biden's back, landing near Rehoboth Beach just hours ago. This is for a midweek stay along the coast.
New rates in a new budget, the price tag in Sussex County for the upcoming fiscal year. We have how much more people will be charged for certain services.
Boeing legal troubles as calls for criminal charges are being made against the jet manufacturer.
This is Coast TV News Today.
June 19th, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Paige Marley.
Time is 5:31. If you're just joining us in our last segment, Bob mentioned the waves are not going to be that great today. You know, fortunately for the first time this summer type season, there were some good waves. I had my boogie board out, so hopefully we get some bigger ones again soon.
Hopefully, yeah. I was going to hit the beach yesterday, ended up not. I was going to hit it the day before, ended up not. So maybe today.
Wednesday, hit the beach?
Wednesday. Wait, today's Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, hit the beach today. We'll try.
All right.
Where were you?
I was at Cape Henlopen State Park.
Oh, good. And they're free today, free entry.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so free entry today for Juneteenth. Maybe some good waves. We'll bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahey now. Bob, does all this sound good to you?
It does, except that I don't think we're looking at big waves. We're going to have weak winds, and, you know, to really kick up the waves, you need a hurricane or a big ocean storm, and thankfully no hurricanes on the horizon, so looks like the waves are pretty tame. Temperatures out the door, 60s to around 70 along the coast right now, 63 in Red and Seaford. You're waking up to 65 degrees. Light winds out of the south or calm. Otherwise, we're looking at mostly clear skies, just some high clouds moving through, and maybe a little bit of patchy fog. Watch out for that. That burns off quickly this morning. Otherwise, it's high pressure, warm high pressure. So Futurecast warming us through the 70s, close to 80 mid-morning. Still some high clouds, and by late morning, well into the 80s or mid-80s inland areas, around 75 in Fenwick Island, and you'll be in the 70s into the afternoon. Rehoboth close to 80, but well into the 80s inland areas. UV index brought to us by Ocean City. Not surprisingly, a 9 today, very high. Burn time only 10 minutes, and we're in that very high range the next several days right into this weekend. So really be careful in the sun. The higher SPF 30 plus, waterproof, preferably midday shade, limit time outdoors, and avoid the sun late morning into early afternoon.
Much, Bob. A new budget has the stamp of approval from Sussex County Council. It's for the 2025 fiscal year, which begins July 1st. The council voted to approve the proposed $265.8 million budget. Property taxes remain unchanged, but annual sewer fees will increase by $10, with an additional $15 for unmetered water. The budget will include over $52 million for wastewater infrastructure and over $6 million to preserve open space and farmland. That's not all, of course. We have an in-depth budget review on CoastTV.com.
Seaford School District investing further in school safety. The district says it is buying 4 more weapons detection systems. That means starting next school year, 4 of these systems will be used every day at Seaford High School, and 2 systems will be used as needed at other schools in the district. The district says moving forward, students in grades 6 through 12, get this, they will be required to use clear backpacks, shoulder bags, or drawstring bags.
President Biden and the First Lady are now here along the Delmarva coast. As you can see on your screen, they landed just after 11 at Gordon's Pond yesterday. The two will stay at their North Shore's home until tomorrow. The FAA is putting in a temporary flight restriction until 9 p.m. Thursday.
Happening today, the celebration of Juneteenth. YMCA of Delaware is taking an active role. Juneteenth honors the ending of slavery in Texas in 1865. That officially put an end to slavery everywhere in the U.S. The YMCA of Delaware is holding celebrations at several locations today, and all branches will be open to the community for free.
Some experts now say Boeing could face criminal consequences related to several air disasters. It's been under a deferred prosecution agreement stemming from crashes in 2018 and in 2019.
The Justice Department says it violated that when a door plug flew off a plane in January. Boeing says it's been in compliance. Now, as Amy Kiley shows us, an explosive new allegation is amplifying calls for prosecution.
They throw all of their safety rubrics out the window.
Some family members of Boeing victims are demanding the company face prosecution. Now, signs are emerging they might get their wish after an explosive revelation tied to a Senate hearing yesterday. Whistleblower Sam Mohawk alleges Boeing hid substandard parts from the FAA, lost track of them, and likely installed them on planes.
You need to make sure that every part that's ever manufactured on these airplanes, it's not a bogus part.
Boeing says it's reviewing Mohawk's claims. It also says it has complied with a deferred prosecution agreement stemming from crashes in 2018 and 19. In it, Boeing effectively promises to do better. The chair of the Senate Investigations Subcommittee argues it has violated that agreement, and some experts agree.
We've heard from whistleblower after whistleblower that there is almost this sweatshop mentality on the Boeing factory floors.
Boeing CEO says the company is working to change, and he addressed victims' families yesterday.
I would like to apologize on behalf of all of our Boeing associates spread throughout the world.
For many who lost loved ones in those 2018 and 19 crashes, those words aren't enough.
That safety, that number one priority of Boeing, doesn't mean anything when 346 people died.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Got more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Still coming up, preparing for the polls, we're telling you when Bethany Beach could hold its election and when the town will discuss how long polls will be open.
Also, remembering the great Willie Mays as the baseball world reacts to the passing of an all-time great.
And Bluey on the beach, we're telling you how Del Dot's using humor to poke fun at a paint spill in Lewis. Stick with us on Coast TV News Today.
We salute the National Guard. The National Guard serves as a unique dual-purpose force, supporting both community and country. Members are ready to respond at a moment's notice, whether to natural disasters at home or military engagements abroad. From the floods of New Orleans to the battlefields of Afghanistan, the National Guard has demonstrated steadfast commitment and adaptability. We salute all those who have served and continue to serve in the National Guard. Their dedication is crucial in protecting both state and nation, making them an integral part of our national defense and community resilience.
Spicer Brothers and Coast TV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a Coast TV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
On Coast Life, we get ready for the Pit Crew Summer Showcase, a fun-filled day with touch-a-truck, bouncy houses, mouth-watering barbecue, and more. Plus, highlights from the Swan Songbook signing event. Today at 4 on Coast TV.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Gamey Elliott in Salisbury today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Wow, it's so much bigger than you realize. East Coast Tile and Flooring has the largest selection of tile from around the world. And they are the only Dow Tile Premier showroom on the shore. They have the knowledge and expertise to assist architects, designers, and homeowners, and are fully licensed to take on any job from start to finish. Family owned and operated since 1947. Call East Coast Tile and Flooring today for a design consultation.
Turn on Bionic Spotlight Extreme 360, the motion-activated home defense light that looks just like a security camera. It detects even the slightest motion and automatically triggers 6 ultra-bright LED high beams. Call or go online and order your Bionic Extreme 360 for just $19.99. Plus, get free shipping on your entire order.
To order, call 1-800-316-1548 or go online to buybionic360.com. Call now.
See the beauty of Delmarva from a bird's eye view. Soaring over the shore, Mondays on CoastTV News at 6. Sponsored by Morse Roofing and Siding.
540, beautiful Wednesday morning in Delmarva. Dry Tech Cam, Ocean City, 70 degrees. Just some high clouds floating through right now. And we've got 70 in Ocean City and Indian River Inlet. A little cooler naturally inland, 61 in Delmarva. That looks like the cool spot. Milton at 65 degrees right now. And the wind's pretty calm. We're just coming out of the south, pretty light right now. So we've got the high clouds. We've got high pressure in place. And much like yesterday, another mostly sunny to partly sunny day. And it will be a warm one on the golf course. Make sure you stay hydrated. And there's another excellent putt. 86, sun and clouds, quite warm out there. Call the Coast TV First Alert weather phone, 443-880-9100. It's sponsored by Baird, Mandalis, Brockstead, and Federico.
Drivers on Savannah Road in the Lewis area aren't seeing red in beach traffic. They're seeing blue. And DelDOT is using the image of popular children's show character Bluey to paint a picture of the scene. The agency says someone spilled a steady stream of blue paint on about a half a mile of the Lewis roadway. The paint was found after 7 a.m. and also covered a number of cars. Delaware State Police is investigating.
That's kind of cute, though. I like that picture. All right, heading ahead to Seaford area now. DelDOT's inviting the public to learn more about a proposed project to replace the bridge on Old Furnace Road over Nanticoke River. We're showing you that location right there. There will be a workshop next Monday at Seaford Middle School for you to learn why replacements are needed and the potential improvements that could be made.
We're past the halfway point in June, so of course the NHL season's still going on. Last night on their home ice, the Florida Panthers attempted to put an end to it, leading in the Stanley Cup final against the Edmonton Oilers 3-1. The Panthers had another chance to skate the cup. Home fans looking for the first Stanley Cup in franchise history. First period, Panthers on the power play, but the Oilers' Connor Brown breaks away, goes backhand, gets the shorthanded goal to open the scoring. We go second period. Oilers with the extra man. Evan Bouchard with a blast sack. Hyman with a tip-in. Edmonton stays alive again. 5-3 is the final in this one. Forces a Game 6 all the way back in Alberta, Canada on Friday night.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Yeah, we're sitting here this morning like many of you, stunned knowing this is the first day in over 93 years that the great Say Hey kid Willie Mays is no longer with us. We were in his favorite spot last night here at a baseball game at Nationals Park. The first of 8 Major League contests will be at this year, and the results on the field were not nearly as noteworthy. The Diamondbacks topped the Nationals 5-0. Washington mustered just 4 hits. Afterwards, manager Davey Martinez touched on the result and then took time to remember how the Major League great personally impacted him.
I've known Willie. I was with the Giants. He was over in spring training with us and was coaching, and just a really great man. What he meant to baseball was, unbelievable. Taught me a lot about playing the outfield when I was there. So my condolences goes out to his family and all the baseball world. I mean, Hall of Famer and what he did for this game, and just what he did for the fans of San Francisco. I mean, it meant a lot to the Bay Area. He really did. So, tremendous person, really was.
Mays' passing comes just before tomorrow's Giants-Cardinals game at historic Rickwood Field on Fox 21. There will be a pregame tribute commemorating his indelible impact on the game as we know it. That'll do it for sports this morning.
Some movie news now and some more. Here's David Daniel with today's Hollywood Minute.
I am the keeper of a greater magic. The Force? No.
Dr. Schwartz.
Get ready for more Spaceballs. Multiple outlets report a sequel to Mel Brooks' 1987 sci-fi spoof is in the works. Josh Gad is set to star and is producing the follow-up with Brooks. The Celine Dion Foundation has pledged $2 million to the University of Colorado to establish an endowed chair in autoimmune neurology. The announcement came at the premiere of I Am Celine Dion, streaming on Prime Video June 25th, in which the superstar singer shares her struggles with the autoimmune neurological disorder stiff person syndrome.
It's the principle of thing. We shouldn't have to pay for train tickets in Poland. This is our country.
No, it's not. It was our country. They kicked us out because they thought we were cheap.
The first teaser trailer is out for A Real Pain, starring Jesse Eisenberg and Kieran Culkin as very different cousins who reunite for a trip to Poland to honor their grandmother. Eisenberg wrote and directed A Real Pain, which opens in theaters October 18th. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
A mainly clear and dry start to our day. Tidal Health Cam in Seaford. Beautiful out there, and a warm day is on the way. Next couple of days are warm, then it turns hot Friday, and then sizzling into the weekend. Some places feeling like triple digits. I'll track the heat coming up in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
NBC Nightly News. Weeknights at 6:30 on Coast TV.
Michael Anderson of Anderson Wealth Management has the strategies you need to help plan your retirement. Catch Wise Money right here on WRDE.
Join us for a life-saving event at the Blood Bank of Delmarva in Salisbury on June 29th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Give the gift of life by donating blood. Your donation can make a world of difference to those in need, and you'll be helping to save lives right here in our community. Bring your friends and family and be a part of something truly special. Remember, every drop counts and every donor matters. Together, let's make a positive impact on our community. Coast Country Cares, sponsored by Spicer Brothers.
In our coastal communities, every wave has a tale. Coast TV brings these stories home, from the smallest shell in Ocean City to the lighthouse in Lewis. What happens here matters. Every moment, every detail is a chapter in our shared story. We're your neighbors, your friends, woven into the very sands of our community. Our stories are your stories, reflecting the heart and soul of our coastal life. Coast TV, our community, your news, where every story hits close to home.
No city in the world like this, and if you ask how I know, I got to plead the fifth. It make me wanna roll my windows down and cruise.
Sunkissed Summer Mixtape on 102.5 WBOC.
Sponsored by Baths by Spicer Brothers.
It is almost 5:48 on your Wednesday. We are going to take a live look right now at Ocean City. Gorgeous way to start the day there in OC, Bob. A couple clouds, but nothing that'll ruin our fun.
No, absolutely not. And this is the last full day of spring, Paige, and spring is going out on a nice note, a warm note, a little bit above average. And then tomorrow it's summertime officially. Begins at 4:50, the summer solstice, the longest day of the year tomorrow. We're pretty much getting light now at 5 a.m. and then getting dark at 9 p.m. And then the days start getting shorter after tomorrow. But the heat is going up. Temperatures are rising. Mid to upper 80s for today. Summer arrives on Thursday. Then we're into the 90s Friday. That's when the heat wave kicks off. 92 here, 94 on Saturday, 95 on Sunday. Could be a little dangerous in the weekend with these heat indices that I'll show you in just a moment. But temperatures out the door, not bad. 70 in Ocean City and Indian River Inlet, 65 in Milton and Seaford right now at 64. Winds are calm, or if they're blowing, they're coming out of the south right now, still bringing in that warmth and humidity as we have high clouds drifting in from the northwest. Otherwise, it's high pressure both at the surface and aloft. That's why it's so warm. And that heat dome spreads to the west as well. We have a lot of clouds, too, across the Ohio Valley. So with time, we'll see these spilling in. But unfortunately, we don't have any rain in the short term. Here's Futurecast with 70s this morning and then low 80s by mid-morning. So it's a quick warm-up by 1 p.m. 86 in Seaford and Georgetown, Millsboro, 86 Long Neck, 85. But some cooler 70s along the beaches. I don't think you get out of the 70s. Dewey Beach down to Fenwick Island, but well into the 80s inland. And then a slow downturn in temperatures through the overnight. By tomorrow morning, I think we're still pleasant in the 60s, but then we start to ratchet up those temperatures a little more Thursday afternoon into the upper 80s, well, inland 70s at the coast. And then as we go into Friday morning, not as pleasant as previous mornings, into the 60s. And then Friday afternoon, we start poking into the upper 80s and lower 90s across interior Maryland and Delaware with 70s and 80s along the coast. Let's skip to Friday's feels like temperatures, feeling like 91, 92 degrees inland areas, pretty hot. But then we really step it up on Saturday. Look at this, maybe feeling like 102 in Milton, 101 in Allendale, 100 in Seaford. This is when you probably should just stay inside in air conditioning and be careful outside. Sunday feeling like 102 to maybe 105. Definitely heat advisory criteria as we go into the weekend, as it's very muggy and then humid to very humid as we go into the upcoming weekend. So both at the surface and a few thousand feet in the atmosphere, very hot air, and that continues into the weekend, but it does back off a little bit as we go into the early part of next week as we go from hot to warm. Paul Davis 7-day forecast. Sun and clouds, unfortunately, very dry through the end of the week. Those 80s transition to 90s on Friday, 92, mid-90s, Saturday and Sunday. That's the hottest time period. And then hopefully, let's hope we get some rain and storms on Monday and a high of 92.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. We're going to head to Ocean City now. Heads up if you're heading to that area. Some disruptions you should be made aware of today. There will be parking restrictions. These will be on Baltimore Avenue between 12th Street and 31st Street. It's due to the Maryland State Firefighters Parade. This will also cause 15th Street and 12th Street between Baltimore Ave and Philadelphia Ave to have restricted parking. Parking will be restricted in those areas beginning at 8:30 this morning, and the parade is expected to start at 1 o'clock.
Bethany Beach working on a date for their town council election. The council could vote on setting the date. They're looking at Saturday, September 7th. Voting hours would be from noon to 6 p.m. if approved. This will be reviewed during the council meeting this Friday at 2 p.m.
Something you should make note of if you live in the Milton area. Due to the Juneteenth holiday, the town says weekly trash collection will be Thursday, June 20th. Yard waste pickup will be on Friday. Still ahead on Coast TV News today, the heat can increase many health issues. We're showing you how to stay healthy during the summer while dealing with diabetes. We'll be right back.
With all the choices of services on Delmarva, where do you even begin? Trust experts of various fields with Delmarva Experts. Sponsored by Kitchen Concepts Plus, Chesapeake Eye Center, Apple Discount Drugs, FLC Energy, Spicer Brothers Construction, Mattress Peddlers, Homewell Care Services, Robinson's Jewelry and Coin Shop, Delmarva Acupuncture and Wellness Center, Mast Audiology Services, Riptide Restoration, and Delmarva Dave. Delmarva Experts, local experts right when you need them. What do you do when your tire goes flat and there's no air anywhere? You reach for Bullseye Pro, the smarter, faster, hands-free way to fill it up with air. Bullseye Pro is equipped with a rechargeable lithium-ion power plant. So fast and so convenient. It's like the power of an air compressor in the palm of your hand. Look, you can inflate all 4 tires on a single charge. It has a built-in smart pressure digital sensor that gauges and automatically stops when the set tire pressure is reached. Easily inflate pool toys, exercise balls, and more. Call or go online now and get the complete Bullseye Pro inflation system for the factory direct price of just $79.99. Plus, we'll ship your entire order free, and we'll give you a 50% discount on a second one. Order now.
To order, call 1-800-771-0865. That's 1-800-771-0865, or go to getbullseyepro.com.
Your getaway starts where it all began, Pennsylvania. a place with 1,000 experiences that'll have you coming back for seconds. And they're just down the road. See the Big Bell right beside bigger battlefields? Go around the next bend and you'll find world-class cuisine, Great Lakes, and Grand Canyons. Small towns with big reputations and whitewater right next to calming waters. Come visit Pennsylvania, the great American getaway.
No city in the world like this, and if you ask how I know, I got to plead the fifth. Hey, make me wanna roll my windows down and cruise.
Sunkissed Summer Mixtape on 102.5 WBOC.
Sponsored by Baths by Spicer Brothers.
More than 38 million Americans are estimated to have diabetes, and this time of year as temperatures rise, it's especially important for those with diabetes to be careful.
Experts say they can actually feel the heat more than people who aren't diabetic. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has some ways to manage diabetes in the heat.
Extreme heat can be hard on everyone, but experts say it's especially dangerous for those with diabetes.
Patients with diabetes have to be really careful in the heat to really think even more than they normally do about the direction of their blood sugar.
Dr. Bithika Thompson with Mayo Clinic says sweating can make you dehydrated, which affects the body's ability to normalize blood sugar. In a diabetic patient, that can make sugar levels in the blood get dangerously low or high.
So it's kind of a slippery slope there where it makes you quite ill.
Thompson says those with diabetes can protect against extreme heat, check blood sugar levels often, maintain good hydration, stay indoors during the hottest part of the day, but make sure you're still getting some physical activity.
You need to have a plan to keep yourself active because you don't want to get through the summer months without any significant activity and have that, be a risk to you and your overall health with your diabetes.
Heat can also affect diabetes supplies, equipment, and medication too. Thompson says to make sure you don't keep them in a hot car, follow instructions from a doctor or on the label on how to store it. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
It's now 5:56. We're going to check in now with our coastal pet of the day.
Today's coastal pet of the day is a pet that lives up to her name on your screen. That is Grace. This posh pup is a true beauty. Grace was submitted to us by Lawrence in Seaford.
Is she drinking her morning coffee? Is that what that is?
Maybe it's tea.
Maybe tea? How posh? That would be very posh.
If we're going to use the word posh.
Yeah, she's probably drinking tea, uncaffeinated tea. All right, we want to keep seeing all your pets on Delmarva. Send us more photos. Tell us what makes your pets so special.
Scan the QR code at the top of your screen to submit your furry friend to CoastTV News, and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
Coming up on 5:57, time for a quick look at your forecast before you head out that door.
We've been talking about it. Final day of spring. I know we could use that rain, but it is shaping up to be a great day at the beach.
If it's not going to rain, might as well be beautiful. And I think today will be a great way to wrap up the spring season. Temperatures just a hair above average, 60s to begin with. Watch out for a little bit of fog and then warming into the mid-80s later on. Some 70s at the beaches. Paul Davis' 10-day forecast shows us temperatures ratcheting up. Summer arrives tomorrow just before 5. 88 up to 92 Friday. Then we get into the heat, the meat of the heat wave. Saturday and Sunday, mid-90s, feeling like at least 100, maybe 100 to 105. Exercise caution then, and maybe, hopefully, some storms on Monday, 92. A little break from the heat Tuesday, and then back into the heat and dry next Wednesday through Friday.
Bob, coming up in our next hour, action on illegal migrants. President Biden back at the beach after an executive order. It could lead to citizenship for those who crossed illegally into the country. That and more as we continue on Coast TV News today.